So hey guys, it's time to continue with the next part. Okay, so we're going to add here something. Okay, let me first check what we have here. We have the post. Let me click Flask post so we can see all the posts we already have. Click one, and we have two buttons that right now they have data, but they are actually not working. Okay, well you can see we have the image, we have the content and the title of here, and also you can see the response from the API. So let's fix inside post. You will see that we have this busy, that is the loader, and this actually has two parts. The first part is the post that we are getting, that this is the title, the image, and the content. So this first part is this one, okay, all this, the title, the image, and the content, and there's a button here that is the edit button that we're going to enable now, the functionality. So we have this button cancel, class cancel, and on click we are going to enable the edit mode, and we're going to check in this case if edit mode is enabled, else we're going to call cancel. So this cancel template is going to change the button to this edit post. Okay, you will see because right now it's not working. So let me just move my OBS. I have everything running. Let me go back to the post component and let's see what we need to do. So let me refresh this and let me click this edit post so you can see that it says the enable edit is not defined. So let me define this one. On post. So here we're receiving the post, we're setting the information for the data, for the form, I mean, but this form, you cannot see it because that's the edit form. So you can see the name because I copied that and I didn't explain it. So this is the actual edit form that is going to have the title, the content, the alt cover, the ID, and the cover name. So the alt cover is going to be the cover that we already have, but we're going to send it with the name of our cover inside the form data so we can check and override the information with the content of the next file in case we send another file, another image. Okay, so let's actually keep working with this. So let's say public. Okay, so, and yeah, so the edit form is that, and we are setting the edit form information that is coming from the current post. Okay, you can see all the information here. So that's just it. You will see in a second because I didn't have the chance to finish this. So let's say public enable edit. That is the function enable. Let me move the mouse over here. Edit. No, this is not it. And this that edit mode that we already have here defined. We define. I copied several variables. Okay, and we will start using them. So edit mode is a boolean, and we're going to say that edit mode once click is going to change to the, if it's true it's going to change to false, and if it's false it's going to change to true. Okay, so that's the only thing we're going to do with this edit mode. So let's save that and let's go back here and let's click this so you can see that it changes to this cancel and edit depending on the state of we have. So we have this edit post that is the next part of our post component HTML. So you can see edit the current post below. So this is only going to work if edit mode is true. Okay, you can see that we're not showing that. So if edit mode is true, we're going to show this next form that says edit the form to update the post in the database. So we can change the title and we can change the content and also the image. Okay, and we can submit. So in case I submit, it's not going to work because I don't have the edit post function that we're going to add in a second. So let's go to the post component again, and give me a second. Okay, so let's start public edit post. That is the function that is going to send all the information to our service, and the service is going to take care of that and send the form data to the API. That right now I don't have anything, but we will add something in a second after we finish this. So we're going to set something. This.bc, that you will see that this.bc is just another boolean. Now we're going to set this one to true. If I can type, and this edit post subscription is going to be equal to the call to this that Flask API service that edit post, that we still don't have that information, that function form data, because we're going to accept here an argument or a parameter that is form data that is going to be class, not class, but type post. So then we need to pass this image, but in this case, to get that image, just like we did on the when we add a new post, let's copy and paste that. So we're going to get the files from the, so this is the form, from this file, that is this one, this file input. So we're going to get the event with the file lists, and that is going to be set to this that image, that is just a simple variable with type any. And then after that we're going to subscribe, that is still not here. We're going to receive a response. Then we're going to set this busy to false to remove the loader, and we're just going to console that log the response, okay, to see what is coming from the API. So this is going to take care of the form information. Now let's go to the Flask API service and create the edit post. So let's say public edit post, and this edit post is going to receive a post object that is going to be type post, and in this case it's going to receive a set of images or a set of files, but let's just say image of type any. Now we create some deconstructing with the title, content, ID, all cover, and cover name, that are coming from our post object. So you will see, let me save this just to have it there. So you will see that we are only deconstructing the form data to get all the values from the inputs. Where am I? Okay, over here. Okay, so that's the only thing we're doing. So add a semicolon there. Constant form data to create a new type form data Well, this is type form data, and let's create a new form data object. Or form data instance, and here we're going to append something from, just like we did over here. We need to append information to the form data instance or object. So let's say append, and now we give them a name and we pass what we want over there, and it's going to use or the constructed variables over here. So let me just, instead of adding that, copying and pasting the rest, because it's just the same, adding title, content, over all cover and cover name. Okay, let me add some semicolons over there just for good measure, for good luck. Now we're going to check something, and we're going to send a request depending on what we have. So we're going to check image. If image is not undefined, meaning that we selected a new image to upload, we're going to say form data that append the cover with the image, the first image in the file list set, and we give it, because we want to send this, and this is needed in order to get the correct object, the correct file object in the API. So we pass the file name to be sent with this. Let's add a semicolon there. So we are going to check here if the image is set. If this image has something, then we're going to get the first image in the file list and append it to the form data with the name of cover. Now we're going to say return this dot http client that put a type post, and let's say this dot server plus, just add some I forgot the name of these quotes, backticks. So let's say edit full post, that is going to be the route that will manage all the requests that has a file or that have a file. So let's say ID, and let's say form data, because this is the actual object that we're going to pass with this request, with this pull request. So let's keep this one like this, and let's go to the API to actually create the route. Add that route API edit full post. Let me get that on my other screen. Okay, this one. And we're going to expect an ID. So we actually want the methods here to be only the put method, and we define the edit full post. Okay, we have that. We pass the ID that we're going to get, and we're going to check if the request that method is equals to put, and we are going to handle everything here. So let's say print the request form with the flush true, and let's return a JSONify with data that, just to see that we are hitting this route, edit full post response. So they should actually give us something. Remember that we need to refresh the server. So run that again. We can call this, we can click this edit. We already have the form there. And let's actually change the cover to be another file. Well, not that, because I already have that. Let's click this one. Submit. You saw that the loader appeared and removed the form. Okay. So we have this immutable multi-dictionary. We receive the ID, the title, the content, the old cover. This is the API, of course. The old cover, you can see that is the image you already have, meaning that we're going to receive this image stored in Firestore. And you can see the pull request that returned with a 200, meaning that everything was okay. So we are getting that. And let's continue building the response. So you saw that we are going to receive some information with the request. So I'm just going to copy this because we already did this with the other ones with the request. So you can see that here we're getting the requests, and we're going to do the same here. The post ID, that is going to be the ID, and everything is going to be coming from this form. We need to use the get method in order to obtain the information from what we are passing. So you can see again that we have the ID, the title, and the content, and the rest of the information. So we only get that. And now let's going to see if the request. Okay, I faced some problems with this one. Request that files cover, so I ended up doing it this way. And if again allowed files request that files cover file name. Okay, so a nested if statement. Also, you could use if this and say something else, but I end up doing it this way because I was trying to get to allow the request to manage both requests that was going to be one with a file and the other one without a file, but for some reason it wasn't working, so I end up doing this. So we're going to create this cover that is going to be equal to the request files cover. But remember that we are getting the file with this cover name. Now we're going to do the same that we did. That is going to be creating the name. Let me just copy this because we already have all this. But we created the. So this is creating the file name. Okay. Now we are going to use or create the file name secure using that file name. Let me copy that. Let me paste it. It fogs the indentation, but okay. So you can see this is the same we're doing here. Okay. The same process. So creating a secure file name with the name we created here with the UUID. Now we need to save that in the folder because we are going to upload that. Okay, to save it in the upload folder, Now we need to create both the local and the Firebase paths. So let me add that there. And let's create the Firebase. Okay. Now we need to upload that to Firebase, to upload the Firebase the file. So remember that, let me just indent this. Okay, we need to specify the child, the name on where we want to put the file, and the file that we're going to use that should be or needs to be in our local drive. Okay, we're going to copy this. Let me just move a little bit. Okay, that was too much. Okay, so after the file is uploaded, we get the URL downloading the file. Well, not downloading, but actually getting the URL from Firestore. And now here we create our cursor in order to add this information to MySQL. And we're going to do the next. Okay, so here we're going to say update the values. So cure or cure that execute. Let's add triple quotes. It's going to say update Flask posts tut set the title to be this, the content, okay, the cover, nope, just okay, let's keep that like that, the cover name, and that's it. The title, the content, the cover, and the cover name. We're not going to update the ID because that's pointless, but we need to see where our ID, nope, is like this, our ID matches something. Okay, so let's add a comma here, and let's add the what is going to be used, okay, in order. So the title that we already defined here, that I copy and pasted that. So we're going to start defining this to be the information that gets updated, content, okay, the cover image, that in this case we know that this request or this route is going to handle the file upload, the updated file. So we have the cover image again here, okay. The file name secure to be the name of the file, and here we're going to pass where the ID is or post ID. Now we're going to start copying again, because here we're going to delete the file that we have in our local folder or local uploads. So remove using the upload folder the file that we created. Okay, and the next one is, okay, I'm going to add this because we already have this one. So let's copy this and paste it. So this is going to be the next step, because we already deleted in this line 151, we already deleted the file that we uploaded inside our local drive, okay, inside our uploads folder. But now, since we're going to have another image, we need to get the path of the image in Firebase to mark it, okay, in order to delete it. So we're going to say storage that delete. We need the path okay, see, yeah, we need the path of the image, so we're going to pass Firebase file name delete, that is this one, okay, with the uploads and the name of the actual file that we have. So let's say if I send another image with this one, let's say this one or this one, now we're going to look for this image and delete it from Firebase, okay? So that is what we are doing here. So we don't have that image there because we don't need it anymore. And just add this. And let's add a message. The post was updated successfully. Okay, so let's refresh the server. Let's just refresh this to remove all that. And let's say edit post, change cover. Let's change it to this one. Oh no, or this one. Submit. So right now it's going to take a little bit because the image is actually big, but you will see, or you see, that is using the loader, removing the form, and after the file is updated, we return this message: the post was updated successfully. We can actually refresh, and you can see that the image was saved with the information of the post. And okay, let me move this a second so I can access my console that I forgot to set up. So if you want to check this again in case you have an error, I will have this just for these seconds in the screen so you can check it. Of course, you will have the files too. So Flask post2 is the name of the project. Storage. Okay, we can actually see this. We have these uploads, and since we have two posts, you can see that this is the first one and this is the second one. So the image that was there got deleted, and this new image takes its place. So let's go back here, let's click Flask post, and you will see we have these two. So now if I go back here and edit the post and change for this one and click actually submit, okay, you can see that if I refresh, I get this image. If I go back, I get this image again. Okay, so if I come back here, you will see now, because okay, let me actually refresh. We still have two images, but we have the updated images. So now I was checking this, and you can see that inside our uploads we don't have any file. So let's take now the other thing that could happen with this, that is that we send something without a file. Okay, so let's create another route that is going to be API edit post. We're expecting an ID. We call the methods and we pass an array that only handles the put. So we define here the edit post with the ID. And now if again the request that method is equal to put, since we're not going to get an image here in this route, we're not going to manage an image, we're just going to get the post ID, the title and the content, and that is what we are going to change. Now we will create the cursor for MySQL connection cursor the cur that execute in order to execute the next query. Let's add these triple quotes again, and this one is going to be also update Flask posts tut, set the title to be this, the content to be this, okay, where the ID is equal to this. And here we're going to pass the title, the content, and the post ID, that are these three bits of information. Now we're just going to return JSONify, again data, and the post was updated successfully. So let's respond with the same thing. We respond up there. So this should actually work, but if I click this, we still don't handle the request without a file. So let's actually send that inside our service. So we're going to say return. We already have the route there. This that HTTP client that put a type post, and this that server plus plus backticks edit post with the ID, and we're going to send form data. Okay, so now we're only getting, or we're not sending this form. Of course we could handle this differently, but that's how I found to handle that. You can also only append this because we're not going to use the cover name or the old cover, I mean, so we're just going to handle this. But well, you can take your time to check the best form or a better form to do that I bet there is. So let's restart the server. Let's just refresh this. Let's edit, and now second post updated, edited. Nope, edited. We don't change the cover. We click submit. we get this, the post was updated successfully. We can't see anything because this is not refreshed. Lol, I didn't want to do that. And you can see we have the post updated and the post edited here. Okay, so let's handle the last one. That is going to be the delete. That we have this button. Let me go to my post HTML, and we have this button with class delete, and on click we're going to get the ID. Remember that the ID is coming inside this first set of the array, the first index or the index 0, and we're going to pass that to the delete post. So let's come back here to the post. Let's go down here. Okay, over there we're going to add the public function that is going to be delete post, and we're going to pass the post ID of type any, could be a string, could be whatever, constant form data, type form data is equal to new form data. So actually I'm doing this one over here. Okay, just let me, oh no, sorry, I'm doing it wrong. Sorry, this is not it. We are not going to handle the form, the creation of the form data here. Sorry. So this one, yes, is the post ID, and we're going to call the service. Okay, so this is the one, Flask API service. We're going to call delete post. We still don't have that. We will create that in a second. Passing the post ID, subscribing to that in order to get the response. Let's console.log the response, and let's navigate this that router that navigate, sorry, and this should navigate us or redirect us to the main route. So let's save that, although it's not working, and let's go to the Flask API and create again this public delete post. And now, okay, give me a second just to, okay, I just need to add something. So inside the post component, I just need to check something. Okay, we don't have that. So let's say on destroy, implement on destroy, and we need to actually implement that. ng on destroy, and we're going to pass here the subscription, that post subscription, that is what, let me show you, is this one. Okay, that we're getting the get post, so we removed that subscription once we change to another component. So let's go back again here and public delete. This one is going to accept, okay, give me a second, a post ID, let's say type any, and now we actually create a form data that is type form data, new form data. Now form data, we append the ID, that is the ID we are getting, and here we say return this.http client. We send a request. This is going to be a delete request. So this.server plus backticks delete post, that is going to be the name of our route inside the API, and we pass the post ID because we will be expecting an ID. Now inside here we can say body and pass the form data. Okay, so this is how we are going to make the request, the delete request using Angular. We're not going to pass any headers. Okay, so let's save that and let's go to the API to actually handle the delete. So okay, add that route API delete post methods delete define delete post with the ID, and we're not going to handle anything else. Post ID equals to request that form. We're going to receive the ID inside this form data. Okay, so this is what we are setting here. Now we create a cursor, MySQL that connection that cursor execute triple ticks delete from Flask posts tut where our ID is equal to. Now this is a little different. We need to pass the percentage sign here and we need to pass the post ID. Okay, so this is the syntax we need to follow. Now we're just going to say return JSONify data and a message that says post was deleted successfully, and that should be it. So let's go back here, let's create a new one to see how much it takes. So this is the third post and this is the last post. Cover name. Let's add this one just because it's simpler, it's smaller. Let's wait a second for this to be uploaded, and this should be the end of the application. Let me show you. It depends on your network and Firebase, of course. Okay, we got redirected. We have two files. Okay, again with the same image. This is the third post. So I was going to show you that in case you see the different font, I added on the index.html the Ubuntu, okay, from Google fonts. So you saw the edit, so let's delete. Okay, delete post 5 from origin. Okay, I think I know why. Control C, Flask run again, reload to remove the message, delete, and that's it. Don't forget to run again your server after a change. So I changed the API, I added this, but I didn't restart the server. Okay, so that was the only problem. So this is working, and let's actually go back here. Let me open something because I'm just going to add, this is the end. So I'm just going to go to my projects file and get a little something from there, source, assets, okay. And I'm just going to copy this and paste it. So that's an SVG, and why didn't find that? Source assets, I think I know why. You serve, you see? So that's the little paper airplane that we have here. So let's see if we get that, and that's going to be the end of the tutorial. Oh, the fucking truck that is passing by. Okay, so you can see we have this. So we have a working application now. Okay, you can add the redirections after you edit the file. So that's the only thing that is missing. And yeah, so I think that's it. Let me open my, okay, I think that's it. 47 minutes for this video. This is the last part, and we will add, or we will create another one with React. Okay, so if you are a React lover, we're going to use React and Flasks to create another application similar to this one. Okay, and MongoDB. Okay, so you can have something also to see how to manage your Flask API responses with a React application. So thanks for watching, and please comment, let me know what you think, and let me know what I need to improve. You know, if you like this kind of tutorials that are building things from scratch, let me know if this was I don't know, good something. And also if you have any doubt, just put it in the comments and I will try to answer as soon as I can. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching and see you on the next one.